As in all jobs, workers need to be checked periodically to make sure they are performing the work safely and doing the job properly. Workers need to know that you are in charge of what happens at the orchard. If you see something that is not safe or being done incorrectly, workers need to respond after an explanation is given for corrective action. Safety is the primary concern we all have at the orchard. Making sure members are safe on ladders is extremely important. Explaining how buckets should be worn to minimize back strain and lifting ladders is also important. There are canals in the orchard and vehicle roads by the orchard that pose potential dangers for children. Make sure parents know to watch children. If there is an accident, report it immediately to the orchard manager. Quality control is defined as making sure the fruit is of certain quality level. Fruit should be free of bruises and other man-made blemishes. To make sure fruit is free from bruises and other blemishes, handling is critical. Do not press your fingers hard into the flesh of the fruit while picking. Also, do not drop the fruit hard into fruit buckets or drop the fruit into the bins. A good rule of thumb is to handle the fruit like a hard-boiled egg. Do not crack the shells. Also, do not overfill bins. Stacking overfilled bins will cause damage to the fruit. Thinning or picking fruit is the primary work done by members at the orchard. Doing a job that is done correctly involves systematically going through assigned rows and picking the fruit properly. At times, picking is done by color, but usually is done by removing all the fruit off a tree before going on to the next tree. As a supervisor, it will be important to keep tab on how the fruit is being picked off the trees. If you see a missed limb or fruit high in the trees, please ask members to go back over the tree before they are left. A ribbon is used to help designate where the picking or thinning was finished for the day. Please make sure it is moved properly at the end of the shift or day. It is a good idea at the end of the day to let the orchard manager or orchard personnel know the status of the work performed that day. Unsafe practices, which consist of throwing fruit at each other, playing tricks on each other, water fights, and other non-work related activities, are not permitted in the orchard. Injury to trees, farm equipment, electrical or water systems, and most importantly to individuals could result if unsafe practices of horseplay are done. Please make sure your members do not get involved in any of these practices and ask them to stop if you see these kinds of activities being done. Ladders should be placed upright at the start of the rows after work is done. Ladders often get damaged when they are left between the rows by mechanized vehicles. Buckets are provided to pick fruit at the start of the rows in bins. Proper wearing of the fruit bucket will help distribute the weight of the fruit and make it easier to pick. Adjust the straps and place arms through the straps like this. Please place the bucket back where you found it in the bins when you are finished. Buckets left in the rows on the ground often get run over and crushed by motorized vehicles. They are very expensive to replace. After fruit is picked, tagging the bin is essential for traceability. Traceability relates to food safety. If there is a problem with the fruit in any way, a system has to be in place to trace the fruit in question back to its origin. This is accomplished by placing the ward name, the row number, and bin number onto the bin. The row number is located on the first tree of every row. Supervisors need to monitor members gleaning fruit. It has been an issue in the past when members do not understand when to take fruit and when not to take fruit. First and foremost, we greatly appreciate members' service. The fruit grown in the orchard is the Lord's fruit. Picking fruit directly from the trees for home use is not allowed unless approval has been given by the orchard manager. Fruit that drops on the ground can be picked up and used at home. Also, fruit left on trees due to oversight or immature at the time of picking may be picked after the harvest. The Lord is grateful for your service to provide for His storehouses. We also appreciate the members' time of service. Keeping in mind whom we serve will bring a spirit of worship and gratefulness into our hearts as we do the service. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for being disciples of Christ.
We'd like to thank the Lord Supervisor for taking the time to listening to this training and for accepting this responsibility that you have. We want to make sure that when you come out to the orchard that you don't pick fruit or just join in, but watch the members as they work, that they're working safely, that their buckets are taken care of. Take this responsibility and count your trees, inspect your trees, make sure everything is done right, and make an accounting for that responsibility. And thank you.